The news organizations are afraid to report on the protest. The news organizations are afraid to report on the protest. I wouldn't even be surprised if the parent companies were being threatened. On Tuesday, thousands of us lined the streets outside of Donald Trump's 100-day rally in Warren, Michigan. The Metro Detroit news stations made it look like there were 20 of us there. We have to be the news. We are the news now. We are responsible for getting our own message out. Today is Mayday, May 1st. There are thousands of protests going on across the country.
Hello and welcome to Van TV Media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends to get daily updates.
Hello, welcome back to our platform, guys. If you're new, please just consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so that in case we do upload any story, you'll be the first one to view. It was on May 1st where USA came to road to protest against Donald Trump, the leadership of Donald Trump. They are saying that the regime is so tough for them to survive in America. Just watch out these videos on how people are protesting in different counties in America. All over the counties in America, people came in over 1,000 counties. People came up in large numbers protesting against Donald Trump. That's the leadership of Donald Trump.
In Los Angeles, guys, there's a massive anti-Trump protest happening in Los Angeles right now as part of the nationwide Mayday protest, where workers, American families are getting together to say that they don't support what's going on in this fascist Trump regime. This is destroying our country, which is why thousands of people are here to use their First Amendment rights to speak against Donald Trump's illegal abduction of American people. All he's doing to ruin this society. Look at this. Inspiring.
We are not only here to celebrate labor's contributions, but to protect the dignity of labor from an administration that is determined to erase it.
I think the United States as a country depends on immigrant work, and then for them to create a scapegoat and blame all that's wrong with our country on immigrants, and that people are taking their jobs or whatever and so forth is wrong.
Brothers and sisters, together we're going to expand Social Security benefits. First, we have got to fight Trump every single day. But secondly, we need to have a vision as to where our country goes in the future. And here is the bottom line, and I say that to my Democratic colleagues in the Congress. Stop defending the status quo economically. An economy in which the rich get richer and working people struggle should not be defended.
Congress just gave Trump the power to deport U.S. citizens. He's gotten impeached, and America's out in the streets. Welcome to May 1st, y'all. Here's today's news in 60 seconds or less. Over 50 states will be lit up today with massive Mayday protests. Workers, immigrants, and everyday people showing up under the 50-51 banner to say, nah, we're not letting fascism be the vibe. The chants will be loud, the signs will be petty, the message will be clear. Meanwhile, in the Capitol, Rep. Shretha Anadar filed 7 articles of impeachment against Donald Trump earlier this week. The articles include bribery and corruption, which is classic Trump, and tyranny, like literally tyranny. He's being accused of trying to be a king. The GOP won't touch it for now, but if the House flips in 2026, stay tuned. Drop a 50-51 in the comments if you're marching or mad. That's all for now. See you tomorrow.
The news organizations are afraid to report on the protest. The news organizations are afraid to report on the protest. I wouldn't even be surprised if the parent companies were being threatened. On Tuesday, thousands of us lined the streets outside of Donald Trump's 100-day rally in Warren, Michigan. The Metro Detroit news stations made it look like there were 20 of us there. We have to be the news. We are the news now. We are responsible for getting our own message out. Today is Mayday, May 1st. There are thousands of protests going on across the country. I beg you, every protest video you see, like it, share it, comment on it. Comment a sentence, a paragraph. Tell the algorithm you're engaging so it pushes it out to more people. They can't ignore us when it's coming from every angle. Take those videos, get them over onto Facebook. We will get our message out. Happy Mayday, stay safe, go save democracy.
Scrolling, because didn't we agree that we were staying inside, right? This was their fight, because it's not just her, it's her too. Now if you're black and you're out there and you don't understand why this is not our fight, it's because, think about it, they just reenacted martial law 4 days ago. The Republicans, all Republicans in the House of Representatives, just voted for U.S. citizens to be deported, including children with cancer. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. It's on video. Now when you think about all the rage bait, them deleting our historic contributions, come on now. This is not your fight. Find a way to fight it in another way. We all agreed. We all agreed. Stay at home. Because what they're going to do is arrest you and make a narrative that's the same as it's been for BLM. Lock in.
We're getting arrested because it's time for people to understand we got to put workers over billionaires. We have billionaires who are enacting a fascist agenda on the federal level, and we got to let them know we're not going to stand for it, and that workers are going to be at the front of this movement to fight.
Well, I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it, because now since Elon Musk took over, I lost my job. This last night in the hotel, I was ahead of the broken pencil department, and I just got word that it's pointless.
I regret my vote. I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump. And now, in the first, thousands of people are losing their jobs. I lost my job. I was the director of operations of bear studies. For the last 4 years, we've been studying whether or not bears in fact shit in the woods.
It's been a few days since I lost my job. I posted a few days ago, and I am now thoroughly regretting my vote for Trump. I had no idea that this is where it was going to go, that this is what he was going to do. You see Cheetos up there? Hi, Cheetos. Who's going to feed him? Who's going to buy my cat food? Who's going to buy my kids food? I had an absolutely amazing position where I was able to basically have America count on me. And now that's been taken away. I no longer have faith in the economy. I no longer have faith in Trump. I no longer have faith that we are ever going to find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. I no longer have that faith. It's gone. So you can crack all the jokes you want to. You can make fun of us all you want. But I was earning $45 a minute in hopes of figuring out how many licks it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. And now the world may never know.
Folks, enough is enough. For the third time in our nation's history, Donald Trump faces articles of impeachment because he's still a clear and present danger to our Constitution. He's abused his power, defied our courts, violated the First Amendment and sold out our justice system for his own political gain. And he's deporting Americans with no due process and cozying up to billionaires like Elon Musk while stripping power from Congress. That's not leadership, that's tyranny.
I voted for Donald J. Trump in the 2024 presidential election, and I am starting to regret my vote. When I voted for Donald Trump, I was under the impression that we would be getting rid of the undesirable illegal aliens. Now I have no one to work on my farm. What am I supposed to do? Pay them a living wage?
It's much more threatening now. When he's arresting American citizens without a warrant, without identifying who they are, with nothing, grabbing them off the street in the streets. That is scary. I don't like it dragged off. I don't want my neighbors to get dragged off. So that's scary. And I'm not going to put up with it. So I've been to a lot of rallies, but the last one of this cycle, I just didn't feel like I could go. I'm 70 years old. Now, I have a problem. I can't walk. But this time I said, I'm the one. I don't care how hot it is, how bad it is. I don't care if I sit in the sun. I don't care if it takes me 10 minutes to walk 2 minutes. I'm not missing it. Arresting and deporting American citizens is not acceptable. They ought to be thrown in jail and prosecuted.
Donald Trump is now arresting a federal judge who disagrees with his immigration policy. Not only is this illegal, but it's happening at the same time that Donald Trump is defying a 9-0 court order. The law. It is at the same time that he is disappearing people without due process, a violation of the Constitution, a violation of the law. Make no mistake, Donald Trump is breaking the law at the same time that he's breaking the law further by arresting federal judges. This is a complete and utter meltdown of the checks and balances that protect us from being an authoritarian regime. Now is the time, America. To be honest, of course, the time was a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, last November. But now, if you are not feeling with fervor the desire to defend your country, to defend the promise of what you can be, then you are no longer part of this American experiment. Call your senators, call your reps, knock on their doors at their offices, and only one word should be on our lips: impeach!
I know you told me you voted for President Trump. What were you hoping that he would do?
I was hoping he would did something that made sense regarding the economy, made some kind of progress in bettering, the benefits of being a veteran. But I mean, it just seemed like he actually cared about doing what was best for the country, but now it just feels like all about me, Donald Trump, not, the guy out there working in the trenches trying to make ends meet, trying to pay a mortgage, trying to pay the bills. It goes against everything I expected when, I voted for him.
So you're not satisfied with what you said?
No.
I never thought in a million years that I would actually regret voting for Donald Trump. Listen to this, you guys. My job has been frozen. Okay, I was one of the top researchers in my department. And, I never thought the day would come when an unelected person like Musk would start digging into where everyone's tax dollars are going. I thought my job was safe, okay? Now, because of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, how are we ever going to find out if cats really hate dogs and dogs really hate cats?
I regret voting for Trump. You guys told me I would, and here we are.
All I can say, I was a dumbass, voted for Trump only because of my beliefs. People around me encouraged it. I can think for myself, yes. But I felt at the time that was the better choice. Now I'm looking at it with everything going on. It was the worst decision I ever made. I wanted not to vote. But people said you won't be able to have a say in anything if you don't vote. I totally regret this. I shouldn't have voted at all.
Yes, hope you've seen on what happened in America. That was in May, and you've also seen how people are talking bad. Their expectation is not the way they expected that the leader of America, Donald Trump, could have made them to be greater the way they were thinking of. So you have seen how people are complaining about this regime of Donald Trump. It's like here in Kenya, as we people, we are complaining about the regime of William Samoei Ruto, but also in America, most people are complaining about the regime of Donald Trump. Have you seen most of the time since Donald Trump got into the leadership for this term, the biggest things that he did, he was to deport people, to do away with the people who came into America to work there. So he decided to deportation and their overtaxation, and it is what is people are complaining in America. So this is the lesson where people are supposed to get information or to be taught on what is happening. I think it has not been happened there before, but now American people, the coming election, they will hope they will select the person whom they think that is best for them. Because for us, we thought people from America could have voted for that lady. The lady that was being supported by Barack Obama, but they disagreed with the lady, but decided to put in Donald Trump. And it's just a few months they are complaining about this. Just comment down below and tell us what is your opinion in these full stories of American people complaining about leadership of Donald Trump in just few months after he entered into an office of presidency in America.